to get this story started, here's a bit of background. I'm a female, 17 years of age. I'm very petite, weighing about 100 pounds and standing at 5'3". I recently joined my local gym around January of 2019, and I've started a routine of when I go to work out. I go every day, except Monday, around 6 p.m. and stay for an hour or two depending on the day. Anyone who goes to the gym on a regular basis notices others around them and gets familiar with what times and machines others like to work out on. And if a new person comes, you usually will notice. My point is that you get used to these people being in the gym with you, whether or not you communicate with them. As a girl who goes to the gym, from my experience, you will get the occasional glance from a weirdo or make awkward eye contact with someone staring at you in the mirror. But all you can do for that is stare back at them, dead in their eyes, and give the nastiest look of disgust. Now, the time that I go to the gym is about when everyone starts to leave. I'm very antisocial and shy, so this works out great for me. Or so I had thought. I also figured having some alone time would be nice, and if something were to happen, they have cameras everywhere. Stupid way to think, I know, but knowing that you had to have a key card to get into the gym and one to get out was somewhat of a comfort, along with the cameras. For this last month of me doing my workouts, I got this weird vibe from this one random guy who we'll call Randy. And like I said, you usually get people looking at you, so it's hard to tell if someone is truly a great threat or just someone being a creep. Either way, both bad things, but it's difficult to distinguish the two. I told my mom about this Randy guy because of what my gut was telling me, and I felt I needed some advice. She told me we should tell the manager and have them kick him out, but me being naive and nice, I didn't want to kick a guy out for just giving me the creeps. I didn't think it was a good argument at the time. I started to notice some of the other girls weren't coming as regularly as they would. I brushed this off thinking they either had work or were out of town. None of my business, I know, but it was something to take note of. The staff at my gym leaves around 6:30 p.m., and I started to notice that Randy was coming in almost exactly when the manager and staff would leave. I didn't pay too much attention to this, as he could have been just a regular person trying to work out at a specific time due to his job or something. Huge mistake. The reasoning for me trying to rationalize this was because I constantly saw Randy, so I considered him to be one of the regulars. This is where the story begins. I went to do my daily workout and the manager, let's call her Alyssa, came up and talked to me about some of the other girls who worked out the same time I did. Apparently these girls filed a complaint about Randy secretly recording them while they worked out. The girls changed their workout schedule due to Randy, which explains why I saw less of them. She asked me if I had seen any man holding their phone up to their chest and walking with the camera pointing outwards, and I said no. But I told Alyssa about how this random man, Randy, was starting to creep me out, and she said that she would look into it and keep me updated on the situation, especially since I'm underaged. The next day, Alyssa talked to me and said that one of the girls who complained about him pointed him out on their cameras, and that she was going to wait for Randy to come into the gym and kick him out. I left that night, not knowing what happened, because Alyssa was still waiting after I left. I come back to the gym the next Tuesday, and Alyssa told me everything that had gone down. She had said that she waited till Randy and his buddy, who let's call Kyle, came to the gym and were parked outside. Alyssa had a friend, who was a sheriff, ring Randy's license plates up, and to both of their surprise, he was a registered sex offender and had been put on probation. Alyssa then found out that Randy didn't even have a key card, meaning he was not a member at my gym and shouldn't have been using the gym, period. His friend Kyle had a key card and was letting Randy in, and they would work out at the same time and wait for the staff to leave. Alyssa prohibited both men from entering the gym again and kicked them out. The scary thing is that I remember being alone in the gym with these two guys very often. They blended in very well, and I considered them a normal workout person I saw constantly. I'm still not sure if I was recorded by Randy or Kyle, but Alyssa told me that she was going to look through the footage and let me know of any other news such as him recording me not knowing. It's terrifying to think I got accustomed, you could say, with these guys being at the gym so regularly. I'm so thankful that Alyssa kept me informed on the situation. As terrifying as it is, it just shows that you should always be aware of what's going on around you and trust your instincts. I'm a 19-year-old girl from a small town in Norway, and this happened in the spring of 2017. Now, just to set the scene a little bit, the gym I went to is a huge building close to the road. It has 3 floors to work out on. To get in the building, you have to use a key card, and it registers who the card belongs to. This is an important detail for later. At this time, I went to the gym almost every day and always late because I'm not comfortable to work out when there is a lot of people there. I went to the gym an hour before midnight and left just before it turned midnight. This had been a regular routine for me for months now. I started to notice this guy always being there before me or coming in like 5 or 10 minutes later than I got there. I also have to point out, even though the gym is big, there are barely people there at nighttime. I'm usually the only one this late. I started to notice that he always stared at me or would discreetly follow me to which floor I was going to. It was like this for a couple of weeks or so, which after time made me feel really uncomfortable being there. One night I was walking up the stairs towards the front door of the building to swipe my card to get in, and I hear something in the bushes. I know that this guy rode a bike because I had seen him leave on multiple occasions. And surely enough, there he was, lurking in the bushes and staring at me. As fast as he saw me notice him, he quickly biked off. I just kind of brushed this off and didn't think of it. Please bear with me, the story is almost done. So this is the last day I ever went to this gym, and the worst it has ever gotten with this situation. He was once again following my every move as I worked my way down the 3 floors. So I tried to go up and down the stairs multiple times to shake him off, but he kept following me. And to top it off, he changed the music, which we can do if we want, to only songs involving sex, and that just made the vibe even more strange and creepy. I went up to the first floor to run for 10 minutes to finish up my workout, and here I have to set the scene again. The boys' showers is in a door behind some sort of shower curtain to divide the cardio room and the showers. I cannot see behind the curtains or in the boys' shower, so for me to see anything there, someone would have to remove the curtain themselves. Anyways, I was just done with my cardio when I started walking towards the girls' locker room. Then, I happened to look to my left, only to see him standing there, butt-ass naked with only a hat on his head, and his hands had to cover his privates. He locked his eyes with me like nothing was wrong, and kept staring at me while I ran to the locker room. I panicked and stayed in there for 10 minutes, just wondering what the hell just happened. I know it sounds hilarious. It kind of is. But I don't know what this guy's intentions were, and I was all alone. And who does this? I'm on my way out from there, and I glance back at where he was standing, and sure enough, he still stands there. I decided to contact the gym, and the owner called me a week later to talk about the incident. Apparently, this guy was a shitty person. He had stolen a card from a boy I actually know and used it for several months. The owner of the gym, with the police, went there the same time that day after when they had seen he used the key card, but sadly he ran away and they didn't catch him. They also posted a picture of him on Facebook to find his name, and no one knew it, which is really strange since we live in a small town. So gym stalker guy, let's not meet again. This happened about a year ago. My fiance and I, both 20, are in college and lived in a student apartment building near campus. We lived on the second floor and the gym was on the first. There was a stairwell near our apartment that we typically used. This stairwell always freaked me out because it wasn't very well lit and it was open underneath the bottom stairs, so it would have very easy for someone to hide there. And there was a door right on the other side that opened out onto a dark and not busy road. My fiance, who we'll call A, and I decided to go work out at around 10 p.m. one Saturday night. The gym was not very busy. I think there was maybe one other guy there, but since it was Saturday night in a college town, there were a lot of people coming in and out of the building for parties. It's also important to note that the gym was an L shape with full-length windows that showed the hallway. I spent most of my workout right in front of the glass near the door, while A was over in a different section. This means it was not obvious that we were together, unless you saw us walk in together. So a bit into my workout, I noticed two guys looking at me as they walk right behind me on the other side of the glass and into the stairwell. This is not unusual, so while I took note of it, I was not very concerned. A few minutes later, they walked by again, going the other way with more guys this time. They stare a bit again, and while I am on guard now, I figured they were just letting their friends in, since you needed a key card to get into any door in the apartment. And now they were going back to their apartment, and that would be it. But no, this continues to happen where they walk by again and again with more guys every time, reaching probably 8 guys total. After a couple rounds with them as a group, I start seeing them walking by individually, and most of them are not trying to conceal their staring at all, even when I look at them. I go tell A what is happening so he can watch for it also. I was a little spooked, but I was not too concerned since I was not alone. I finished my workout, put away the weights I used, and rolled up my yoga mat. During this, I'm facing away from the hallway, so I didn't see this, but A said he saw one of the guys go into the bathroom that's right behind the door to the gym and the stairwell, and the whole time I was putting my stuff away, he kept peeking out and staring at me. I usually will go back up to the apartment when I am done because A's workouts are longer than mine, but I was not about to go in that creepy stairwell alone after all that. So, I go and sit next to A and wait for him to be done. The next time the guy looks out of the bathroom, he sees me with A, who is a pretty large guy at 6'2", and he walks out of the bathroom and leaves. Nothing else happens, and when A is done, we leave and don't see any of the guys again. We think the guy in the bathroom was supposed to be watching for me to leave, so that when I went to the stairwell, some of the other guys would be there and probably take me out onto the road and into a vehicle. But when they saw I was with A, they decided it was not worth it. This is obviously speculation, it might not be what was happening, but I can't help but think that was what their plan was. From then on, I would not walk to or from the gym by myself. We moved out not too long ago, and I feel much safer at our new place.